How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is episode 15 of a Let's Play series for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map, the Valley of the Old Farm. When we last left off, we had just made it out of the winter time. We were at the very tail end of it, and we needed to get some sugar beets in the ground. So we have the field right back behind this shed over here, just on the other side of the sheep barn, and the field at the pig farm. And we had to work at one, clearing off all the snow that was still left on the field, and all the previous product that was left there. So we had to cultivate, we had to lime, we had to stone pick, we had to plant, fertilize, the whole 9 yards. And we went through everything that we had to do for those two fields, and now they're done, sitting pretty, and they are going to produce the maximum amount of yield that is expected to be available on those two fields. Absolutely fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. As you can see, for this episode, we have fast forwarded to April. We're at the very beginning of April at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I've got tons of products just sitting around. Just sitting around. I started talking about it in the last episode, but then I kind of trailed off and went on to planting all the crops I had to do. I've got to do something with all these products. Look at this. I've got 4 full pallets of eggs. I've got a massive, massive amount of honey. Look at this. Holy smokes. This is ridiculous. Look at this. 4, 8, 12, 16. And yes, I counted properly this time. I caught it in the in the editing of the last video where I started counting this previously, and I somehow went from 8 to 16 and claimed that I had 17 and a bit. Yeah, no, the only excuse I have, it was late, I was tired, and you know what? I'm going to stick with that. I think that's a valid excuse. Being late and being tired. I am a father of a 1.5-year-old, and yeah, all those things combined can make you a little bit lackadaisical when you're going to your additions and your subtractions. So, got a ton of honey here right now. We've got, what is this, 16 full ones at the bottom. We got 2 additional, so that's 18 plus a partial. So 18 and a partial honey pallets. Oh boy, is that a good amount of honey. And you know what? Hold on. Hey, I said hold on. Open. 400 liters per pallet. Wow, that's going to be a good amount of honey. I'm going to look forward to loading that and selling that off. But not only do we have a good amount of honey, we've got quite a bit of manure and slurry from the cows. But I was going about the manure and putting them into the crates and then setting them off to the sides. I changed my mind. I dumped it out and I just put it out here loose. I just didn't see having to come out and buy a new pallet every single time just to load into it. It just seemed like I was just adding an extra step kind of thing. It just didn't seem necessary. So I'm just gonna rake out the manure from the cow barn and just put it here in the corner and just let it build up over time. I think that'll be acceptable. Also have 26,000 liters of slurry, and I've got to figure out something to do with that. That's a lot of slurry. So I don't. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to do? I've also got a fair bit of wool. I think about a pallet's worth. It's not a fair, like a whole ton, but it's, oh hey, full pallet and a partial. Nice. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. So, yep, close that. But I also have, check it out, my alfalfa is in stage 2 of growth again, and it's at the maximum expected yield. I wasn't at the maximum expected yield the last time I harvested this, so I can go ahead and harvest this, and I should be able to get a fair bit of product off of this. Same thing over at the grass field right next door. So, oh, and look at all this. Look at all the melons. Melons are just going insane. They are just growing. Love it. But I've got a problem. If I come around the corner here, my truck, I just bought this. I have no flatbed, low loader, anything to tow this around with. Oh, you know what? I might be a liar. I've got the hay trailer over here. Why couldn't I use that? Well, Yeah, why can't I use that? I think that has straps. Yeah, it does. It has straps. Hold on. Light bulb. Now, I will be impressed if anybody in the comments can name what movie that I just quoted there. Again, if you are a parent or a parent of younger children, not necessarily like small kids. It's been out for a little while, but younger children and even those young at heart who likes oh yeah, it does have straps. Who likes younger cartoons kind of thing? Yeah, it's all good if you do. Heck, I like watching cartoons. I got a couple of young nieces, and spent a long time enjoying some cartoons and some movies and whatnot. But if you can name that movie, go ahead and do so. And whoa, that chicken just appeared out of nowhere. Go ahead and do that in the comments. Let me know what you think. All right. So let's go ahead and strap that in. Perfect. All right, well, we got eggs on board. Hey, I completely forgot that this bale trailer had straps to it. So that's awesome. I can just go ahead and use that. Let's see. How am I going to load up the honey? I can park over here, and I'll just kind of shimmy back and forth, I guess. Yeah, this should work. Let's go ahead and open the door. Perfect. But with all this product, I'm really kind of hoping... Oh, you know what? That kind of reminds me. I think that's the reason why I didn't necessarily want to do this, is because I didn't want to necessarily use the trailer, because if I load everything on, I could go to a sell point where it could be trying to take everything all at once, and not necessarily produce me the best price. I should go up there separately. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hop in the truck. I'm going to take the eggs to be delivered, and once I deliver the eggs, I'll be able to then figure out what I can do from there. So let's go ahead and drive down. Actually, let's figure out where I'm driving to. That'd probably be a good start. Let's see. There we go. And eggs. There we go. Let's see. Bakery. Ooh, looks like... Ooh. Les Jardins des Fermiers Farm Shop. Yes, that's where we're going. I probably butchered that name, something fierce, but it's okay. I will apologize for that at some point. Anyways, I don't know why. I am just kind of in a silly mood today. It's been kind of one of those days where it's just been very, very hectic, and it's only getting worse, because this is actually going to be the last episode, not of the series, but last episode I record before going on vacation. So it's one of those that it's just been just back and forth, running around, crazy stuff. And yeah, it's just, I have an attitude right now to kind of reflect that kind of what's the right word? That kind of high energy kind of thing. I'm just kind of in one of those kind of spaces right now, which is all good, It's kind of a good place to be every once in a while. Kind of put yourself to the test, kind of thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and head up to the shop here, and I will meet you there as soon as I get there. It's right around the corner, so it won't take long. All right, so I made it here. Just gotta be careful because it gets a little tight. All right, cool. Let's go. Okay. A little over 10 grand. I won't complain about that. Alright, well, since I'm right here, I might as well run into the shop real fast and get a more, I think, appropriate trailer for these deliveries. Because I kind of, like I said, I wanted to limit it to one product at a time. I did accept a few contracts, hence the reason why these are all here. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Alright. I'm going to run in here real fast, buy myself a new means of transport. I will see you in a minute. Alright, purchase my new means of transport, and here it is. I think this will work out very nicely. Be able to just hook up to this and load everything into it. Can even use it as like a fifth wheel attachment if I so choose. So I think it's kind of the best of all worlds. Let's go ahead and drop this here. There we go. It would help if I line that up at all. There we go. And now the cool thing about this particular bed is that, let's see, which... let's do this. Nope. There we go. Let's check it out. So now we can go ahead and fold and unfold this backing as we need to, and then we can strap everything down that we want to put in there. It works out very nicely. So now let's bring this trailer back to the farm, load some more product, and just keep on doing what we're doing here. But I'll go ahead and cut us out and bring us back in as soon as I get back to the farm and start loading. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, I am pulling into the driveway right here. And as I was mentioning before, I'm in one of those kind of moods where there's so much going on there that I just feel like I've got a lot of energy right now. And it always makes me feel like I just want to be in kind of a chatty mood. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of roll with it. It's one of those that, you know, I'm not going to feel satisfied. Oh, hello. Not going to feel satisfied until I just kind of just chat. But it's, I don't know. I don't often do it while I'm recording or anything like that. But this is just one of those cases where, yeah, just kind of roll with it. Oh, that's... There we go. Yeah, perfect. But no, I've just been in such overdrive here the past several days because of getting ready for my trip, getting ready to see family. Kind of got a little anxiety going on because of the flight. Not that I'm anxious about the flight. It's I'm going to be flying with my daughter for the very first time. She's 1.5 years old, and just kind of nervous for her sake. I don't know how she's going to react. Don't know if I'm going to be able to give her the comfort that she needs, because we are, you know, because we're flying. I've never had to deal with any of this before, so it's just one of those that there's a bit of extra stress not knowing how the flight's gonna go, how she's gonna do, and I don't want to make her uncomfortable or, you know, anything like that. It's just kind of like the, you know, what we have to do. It was either, you know, go ahead and get on a plane and hope for the best kind of thing like we're going to do, or drive 18 to 20 plus hours to get where we're going to. And personally, I would have rather driven if it was just me and my wife. If it was just me and my wife, we would have drove. I've done the trip like that many times. It's not a big deal to me. I don't mind driving when I'm going places, you know, because then I kind of am the master of what I'm going to do at that point in time. I decide, well, not I, but we decide when we stop and where we go, what routes we take, all that kind of stuff. So it's not that I am beholden to a time, a place, you know, the airlines, having people right on top of me, uh, all that kind of stuff. It's just, it's a matter of convenience. Why is this not? Ooh, I can't pick these up, can I? These are too heavy. Yeah, too heavy. Shoot. I wonder. That kind of worked out better than I thought it was going to. But no, like I was saying, it's just I personally prefer to fly, and if it wasn't for my daughter and having her come with us, then we would have drove. But I'm very, very much nervous because I don't want her to be uncomfortable and to start, getting upset and all that stuff. It's just no parent wants to make their kid uncomfortable or to be in pain or anything like that, and I just I don't know, I'm potentially just kind of psyching myself up for nothing in regards to that, but who knows. She's an amazing child. She's very laid back, probably one of the most laid back kids I've ever seen in my entire life. So I don't know. It's just one of those. Maybe I'm kind of worried about nothing, or I'm sure all the parents in my audience right now are like, "Oh, no, I understand what you're saying," kind of thing. And anybody who's not a parent is like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" I don't know. Just one of those kind of things that you think about once you are a parent, I guess. You don't want to cause undue stress upon your child if you don't have to. I guess the chickens are all going to come with me. Okay, well. Oh, that worked out actually rather nicely, I think. I didn't realize, but this is already pushed up to the headache rack, so that's nice. It's actually getting stacked very nicely. But then on top of all of that, then we've got family that we're going to go see that we haven't seen in a long time. Really looking forward to that. Looking forward for my grandmother. She's in her 80s now. She's getting up there. My grandmother and grandfather. They're going to meet my daughter for the very first time, and I'm very, very excited about that. Looking to be able to introduce them for the first time, and I don't know what it is here lately, but she has been so shy when it comes to new people and whatnot. This is actually very uncharacteristic of her. When she was younger, she was always like not caring who picked her up, who was around her. But here lately, all of a sudden, she's like very much like attached to, well, really her mother. But daddy will do in a pinch kind of thing. I just want to straighten this up just a little bit. Okay, I think that'll do. Oof. All right, not good on that end. Oh no, chicken, look out. There we go. Okay, okay. It's, oof. You know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. But on top of all that, I just recently started watching season 2 of Clarkson's Farm. If you haven't seen that show and you have Amazon Prime, the video streaming, give that a look. If my content, or if you're interested in any other content like this, Clarkson's Farm is hilarious in my opinion. There's so much to kind of enjoy on that show. Kind of a behind the scenes of the farm that Jeremy Clarkson owns. And you know, the best way I can describe Jeremy Clarkson as a character is a person who gives 150% to whatever task that he, that he puts his mind to, with having maybe 10% of the necessary information required to do it right. That's probably the best way that I can describe him and his personality. It's just, and then you throw in the whole farm aspect that is, Jeremy Clarkson's farm, and how everything can go so sideways so quickly because of how energetic and almost energetic to a fault that he can be, because all he wants to do is just, if he has a task, he wants to get it done, kind of thing. And again, doesn't necessarily have all the necessary information or knowledge required to be able to do it properly. So oh no, don't do that, I forgot to strap that down. Okay. But all in all, it's absolutely a hilarious show. A couple of the other characters that they have in there, Caleb, I think he's just one of those very, very, like, underratedly funny people. Just the kind of mannerisms that he has, especially when dealing with Jeremy, and the kind of nonsense that Jeremy will kind of put him through throughout the series. It's just one of those kind of how do I best describe this? It's one of those attitudes that you develop after, knowing that you want to kind of say, wow, I am just tipping around. The attitude that you develop when you really, whoa. You know what? Let's set this down. There we go. Let's kind of do this number. We'll just take one at a time now, and we might not be able to get everything on to this truckload. But anyways, I keep trailing off there. It's one of those kind of attitudes that you get when you want to be able to, kind of tell the boss, what you truly think about something, but, you need the money, you need the work, kind of thing. So you just kind of bite your tongue. It's like, okay, nod and smile, kind of thing. It's just funny to kind of whoa to see the dynamic between them. What is going on here? You know what? We'll just leave it. Leave. Stay. No twitching. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Anyways, let's take. We're gonna have to break. We got so many honey pallets, so we're gonna have to break this up into multiple trips. Let's see. Honey is down this way. Oh. Looks like the restaurant is gonna be the place to take this to. Oh man, you see how much flex there is in the truck? Holy smokes. I'm gonna have to take it easy. Oh, what is going on? What is this? What are those? What is happening? Oh man, I am gonna. All right, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and cut away from here because I don't feel comfortable with going any faster than maybe about this. But I'll cut us out and I'll cut us back in as soon as I get to the restaurant because this is gonna be a while. All right, I am just pulling up to the restaurant, just creeping and crawling, big lean. Okay. There we go. Okay. Whoa, easy there. Alright, head back to the farm and go ahead and pick up the rest of the honey. But before I cut out, I was talking about Clarkson's farm and just the amount of hilarity that ensues. There's one person in particular, I can't remember his name. But he's one of the kind of side characters they deal with every once in a while, and he in the episode recently he was driving the combine out in the fields there, and he was having an issue with it, and you can't understand a word he says. Nothing that he says is coherent, and I'm sure there's somebody out there that understands what he says, but it's just such garble that even Jeremy Clarkson doesn't know what he's talking about. He just kind of gives this kind of vacant stare, into the distance, and occasional glances at the other person that kind of rolls his eyes. The other person that I was talking about earlier is like the expert on like the farming, and he's a really young guy too. But he's like the person that Jeremy really leans on for all the knowledge kind of thing, and Jeremy's just a novice, just learning how to do certain things. Well, so like he'll occasionally give this guy like a glance. It's like, do you understand what he's saying, kind of thing. And it's just, again, just one of those things that's just absolutely hilarious, because there was people that I know when I lived in Michigan, you'd occasionally get people from very specific parts of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan where they were very, very inaudible. Like you couldn't understand anything that they were saying, like whatsoever. And it's a very specific group of people and a very specific dialect that they were speaking in, and it's kind of like this mixture of like, if I remember it correctly, it was like a mixture of almost this French Canadian, because I think if I remember right, they were from originally, like the kind of main branch of family was like from Quebec, up in that region there, and they kind of transplanted to the Upper Peninsula, where they, kind of, lived out their remaining time there up until modern time. And they just kind of developed this like very different dialect than what you would normally hear in those neck of the woods kind of thing. It's I I to kind of give you a little background on me. I used to work at a gas station when I was 18 years old, way back in the day. And when I worked at this gas station, I actually met a trucker who was from this specific portion of the Upper Peninsula and had this very specific dialect. And it was so bad that I couldn't communicate with him whatsoever. Like, whatsoever. And he's sitting there trying to tell me that, he needs to fill up his truck, but he needs to fill it up in a very specific way. So for anybody who's not familiar, at least back in the times that I did this, they had very specific payment methods for the commercial vehicles, for the diesel big rigs. So they had things like something called the Trendar, which was like the computer system that would communicate with all the various trucking companies that could then look up all the various payment methods that were associated to each company. Well, he's sitting there trying to tell me that he wants to use a very specific method of payment, and I have no idea what he's telling me. I'm just like completely dumbfounded. So eventually it got to the point where I had to literally get a pen and paper to just try and communicate with him. And I felt so bad, but at the same time it's like I couldn't. It just could not understand, couldn't fathom what he was saying. And then he would write it down, and there was no way I would have guessed what he was asking me for, or what he was trying to communicate to me. It was wild. And that's how this person in the show is. It's like, unless they were to write down their words and write down their thoughts, again, unless you're used to hearing this dialect or whatever all the time, you're never gonna understand it, kind of thing. You might pick up a word here or there, kind of thing, but not enough to be able to understand like the whole message being conveyed. And it was just, it's just hilarious, because just how they kind of roll him occasionally into the show, and it's almost as if they are doing it to kind of to add that little layer of comedy relief, kind of thing, which I'm sure is exactly why that he's in the show. There we go. All right, another $3,000. So a little over what was that, like, we've got nine and change from that, plus environmental bonus. It's probably around $13,000 just in honey alone. That's not too bad. Whoa, hey, pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention. There we go. There we go. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and drive back to the farm and pick up the next product. That's probably going to be the melons. And the melons I can lift by hand, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. So I'll go ahead and cut out here and cut us back in as soon as I get back to the melon field. We'll see you there. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and back up to the melons over here. Okay, and now just start throwing them in there. Whoa, no, not literally. Oh, man. There we go. now we're starting to get somewhere. Hey, 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 why? Why does it do that? Why is it when you're carrying objects around, it makes you like out to be Superman? You know, you start flying through the air with the greatest of ease. No. Why? Why do you do this? There we go. Alright, well, we're getting there. Definitely got a decent amount of melons here. Let's see. And then 3 more. So, what is that? 9 crates total? At 500 liters a pop. So, not too... Whoa. Not too bad. I really have been just kind of squirreling this stuff away, trying to, you know, just let this build, let this build, let this build, and now I'm at the point where I can actually do something with it and really utilize it. And it's not going to be, you know, tons and tons of money kind of thing, you know, but I mean, it's, you know, a decent amount. Okay. 4,500 liters of melons is not bad at all. Now, let's squeeze out of there. So, let's take a look at melons and see where those will best sell. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Let's see. Oh, the restaurant by far, by almost $400 per 1,000 liters. We're going to the restaurant again. Let's see, can I raise this up? Whoa. It didn't like that at all. Alright, well, we'll just leave that like that, and alright, I will go ahead and head back up there. I will see you there in a little bit. Unloading all the melons here at the restaurant, and hopefully going to come away with a decent profit from this. Okay. About 20 grand. I will take that. Alright, the last thing I've got on hand is my wool, I believe. Let's see, so I did the melons, the eggs, honey, and now, yeah, I think the only thing remaining is the wool. So I will go ahead and head back to the farm and pick up the wool, sell that off. And then I think I'm going to turn my attention to the fields there at the farm, because we've got the grass field and the alfalfa field ready to harvest again. So I will see you there in just a little bit. Alright, so I am back here at the farm, just going to pull up to the sheep barn. almost directly in front of it because I don't think I can lift the wool by myself. Ooh, wrong button. Okay, there we go. Now, ooh, I can lift it. You know what? In this whole time, I've had that dialogue box open at the top and did not pay attention whatsoever. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be lined up all that great because, you know, doesn't, not a whole lot going. Okay, close that back up. Now, where is this gonna go? Is this going to the spinnery, maybe? Do. There we go. Wool. It's just a little bit better at the spinnery. Let's see. I think the spinnery was the one down in the southwest. It is. Okay. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and head out to the spinnery. I will see you all here in a little bit. Alrighty. Crossing over to the side street here. I'm going to pull right up to the spinnery door where the sell point is. And there we go. 2,500 liters plus a $200 environmental score. Oh dear. Oh, just ran through their hedges because I'm not paying attention. Okay. So now at this point I am going to head back to the farm, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on the fields there, the grass and alfalfa field, and at the same time work on my contracts. So I will see you there in just a little bit. Alright, I am pulling in here to the starting farm, and I'm going to go ahead and park the truck right here in the garage, as I tend to do. There we go. That's all parked. Now I need to grab the lawnmower just over here. It actually just occurred to me that I need to do this first. So drop this down, disconnect, nope. Drop this down, disconnect. What was I thinking? I was facing the right way. There we go. Leave that behind, and now need to work on the fields. Oh, hey. I've got weeds in the field. I need to take care of that too. So let's go ahead and work on the outer perimeter for the fields here. Then I will grab my tractor and I'll start the weeding process. Cause ooh, twitchy, very, very twitchy. Okay, let's drop this down. go. Perfect. Very nice. It is working exactly the way I want it to. Okay, now I'm going to go get my tractor and my weeder, and I'm going to start working on those fields there to get them weed free. So let's go ahead and, yeah, do I want the little one? No, I'll take the big one. Gonna have to repair this one soon. Let's see. A weeder is over in the corner. Alright, got all connected to the weeder. You know what? Let's go this way. I don't know why I'm trying to go up. Oh, I just gave myself a little heart attack there. I don't know why, but I just drove onto the field with my tractor with the normal tires. And the whole reason I have this have the small tractor still is because it has the narrow tires and won't damage the crop. But because I'm in the first growth stage, it's not going to hurt the crop, regardless of the tires I have on there. So it's all good. So now let's let them work. Alright, just hitting the finishing touches right there. And at this point, no field found. Let's see. Oof. What happened there? And there we go. That field is done. We'll hopefully have no more problems with that one. Now I gotta send the worker out to the other farm, and I need to start working on the other field. So let's go ahead and eventually come to a stop. Oof, that looks brutal. And there they go. Now let's head back over to the mower. Make a headland around the field. Whoops, that was already turned on. Oh, shoot, I meant to make hay out of that. Head over to the conditioner and grab what is going to make the hay, and then should be good to go from there. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and drop that. Nope. Drop that down, turn that on. Alright, check it out. It is converting it over. Perfect. Now it's going to cut and convert all in one pass. Awesome. And hopefully everything works out alright to where the Be able to turn the worker loose after maybe a headland and... Whoa, 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 whoa. Too sharp of a turn. Alright, let's finish this headland. Alright, 7 more passes on this field and I will be good to go. The worker is doing a fantastic job. I am so thrilled. But now it's to the point to where I need to start working on the collection. The problem that I've run into is that my tractor, my little blue tractor, is just not strong enough. It's just not powerful enough to be able to carry the baler, windrower, all that stuff all at once. So I need to come up with a different solution. Well, a new solution means new tractor. New tractor means more money. More money means more problems. Not really. But anyways, I am going to go ahead and run up to the store real quick. There's my truck. First things first, I need to take the back off of this truck because I have one of my backs up there. Whoa, already. Let's not just destroy the truck. So that way I can pick up the back and go ahead and order my new tractor all at the same time. So let's get all that up and running. Let's move this over to here. And I thought I got a message saying that the worker had stopped, so let's pull over here just real quick. Oh yeah, they did too. Well, they were doing a great job. And there we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and head up to the main shop. Meet you over there. Alright, pulling into the shop here. I'm going to pick up my back and then send a worker to take the truck back to the main farm. There we go, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and place my order for my new tractor because I'm to the point to where I need to start investing and getting bigger and better equipment for the farm. And let's see, we'll send that there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and order my tractor. I'll cut us back in a minute. Alright, I have my brand new tractor. Come walk out the back. You can already see it right there. Oh yes, it's a big case Steiger. I don't know why, but every time I see a Steiger of any age, shape, form, I always want to say Steiger, like the kind of like advertiser, voice. Steiger. I don't know why. Like I said earlier, it's one of those days where so much has been going on that a little bit of silliness is acceptable with one of those kind of days. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and take this back to the farm. I'm going to get hooked up to all the necessary equipment to start picking up the bales, and this thing will not struggle at all with the task at hand. I am really looking forward to this, because this is definitely needed. So, look both ways before you go. Alright, I will meet you over there. Alright, so I made it back here to the farm. I'm going to go ahead and hook up first the windrower. And now to the baler. Now I'm going to go ahead, because now I have a tractor that'll pull everything and more. I am going to adjust this windrower back to my original purchase settings. So when I bought this, I had it at a extension rate, or extension size. But because my little blue tractor couldn't handle it, let's see, customize. Yes, perfect. So before it was set to 12 meters, but then I had to reduce it to 10.3 meters. And that did take down the power requirement down 30 horsepower, but now I don't need to worry about that anymore. As a matter of fact, I could ramp it all the way up to 20 meters and still have more than enough power, but not going to do that because then that's just a little bit too much. So let's do that. Oh, whoa, hey, we're leaving something behind. Alright, now let's go ahead and drop this like that, and then this down. This down. Wait for that to finish extending. On. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. That is working so much better. Oh my goodness, this tractor. Alright. Getting the last little bits of scrap. Perfect. Now, let's raise this up. Fold it in. Turn this off. Eject the remaining bales. Look at how well that worked. Now, check this out. We had a fully nitrogen and pH field. Everything was perfect. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whole bales from this little area here. Each bale is 6,600 liters. That's not bad. Like, not bad at all. I'm very, very pleased with that. Let's see. I'll probably have to, because I'm just so close. To the edge, I'll have to start by picking up that outer edge first. Now I can't wait to see how this particular tractor works as it goes up the hill, because that's where I struggled the last time with the little blue tractors. Going up the hill, I just didn't have the power to not only run the baler, the windrower, and pull the tractor along. It just wouldn't work. It just couldn't work. But now I should have, not only should I have enough power, I should have way more than enough power with this. It's like 660 horsepower in this tractor. So I am really, really excited to see what this thing can do. I just want to get this machine out of the way. think as soon as I'm done baling this field here, this will probably be the end of the episode. It's kind of what I'm guessing. Because, let's see, we're already at 2 hours of recording time. Yeah, definitely need to start wrapping this up. So let's go ahead and finish this most outer layer. And then we should have enough space to work with to where I could drop down the windrower and not have to worry about hitting the fencing. Alright, now we can drop this down. I think this isn't going to be enough room. And there it goes. Alrighty, so just finished up baling this field. Oh, that was so much nicer. So much nicer. I cannot tell you just how much of a difference the right set of equipment makes. And this tractor is, I mean, quite frankly, it's overkill, this tractor, for the job that I just did, but I don't care. I don't care. It is just got all the power that you could ever need, and it just did the job. It did what I needed it to do, what I wanted it to do, and I'm extremely happy about that. So let's go ahead and park all this equipment now. So, I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, now that I've got this behemoth of a tractor, I mean, just really makes me reflect on where I started. I mean, the only piece of equipment that I had at the beginning was my little pickup truck. That was it. I mean, the pickup truck, nothing else. Nothing else. Now I've got all this grass care equipment. I've got the trailer. I got the bigger truck, the bigger tractor. I mean, I've got everything that is needed to kind of get the farm kind of started. Not even started. You know, we're not started. But to really kind of keep it up and going and really kind of, you know, hunker into a role of some kind, you know, to start making some real money. And I'm hoping the sugar beets is kind of the start of that. Oh, you know what? I need the trailer. But I mean, all in all, I mean, it's just, we are leaps and bounds away from where we were at the very beginning. We've got all of our animal pens, with the exception of the pigs at the pig farm, filled up. Not filled up, but, you know, have animals in them. I've got all those bales on both sides, and now the bunch that are in the field that I just did. Just such a fantastic, huge growth for the farm, and I couldn't be happier. But at this point, I am going to go ahead and call it an episode, because we are well over time at this point. And yeah, it's been a very productive episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.